Hi guys, Sherwood here with another update. And as you know, things change all the time with streaming services, and they actually just keep getting better, so it's good news. In this video I'm going to show you the XTV Mate, how to download and install it, how to use it, and how to set it. So, the first thing we're going to do is go over to settings. From settings, we're going to go into applications. Then we're going to scroll down to manage installed applications. And we're going to go into file linked. And launch file linked. And you're going to get this here, My Codes. And on My Codes, there's a number. And you're going to put your cursor, if you go up and down, you're going to see your cursor flashing on the numbers. Get your cursor on the number so that it's flashing, and hit the enter button on your remote. That would be the center of the circle. And it'll bring up a number board. You're going to clear the number that's on there and put in this number here, 220-158-67. That's 220-158-67. Then click next. And under that number you'll see continue. Highlight continue and click on it. It's going to take you to another page where you're going to get a pop-up. If you just hit the enter button on your remote, the center of the circle, you will be able to dismiss that pop-up. And in a second, you're going to get a second pop-up. You'll highlight dismiss and click it. Okay, and then we're going to go down to XTV Mate. I'm going to see two of them here. One says version 2 released 427. That's not the one you want. The one you want is above it. XTV Mate, aka TV Mate 6420. You're just going to highlight it so that there's a box around it that's green, and the arrow that's pointing down on the far right is also green. And just hit the enter button on the remote, and it will download that app. You'll see a green line going across the bottom. When it's finished downloading, that arrow will now look like a play button. You just hit the enter button again on your remote. It'll say cancel or install. You click install. And once it's finished installing, just click open. And then it's going to bring you to this page here. And you're going to highlight login. Click account login. And then it's going to say any name, username, and password. You're going to click any name. You can literally put in any two letters for this. I'll put in AA. And then click next. And then you're going to put in your username that I sent you. I'll put in mine. Then you're going to click next. Then here you're going to enter your password. I'll put in mine. You put in yours. And after you put it in, click next. And it's going to take you to another page. And on the far right, it's going to say next and done. You're going to highlight next. and click on it. And here it's going to process your account. And when it's finished, it's going to say playlist is processed. And on the far right, you're going to highlight and click done. And then it's going to bring you to a page that's going to give you some information about your remote. Just click OK. And then it's going to take you to this page, which is a black screen and a TV guide grid underneath. And if you hit the 3-line button on your remote and go down to settings, click on settings, then click on general. The third one down, turn on last channel on app start is turned on. Just highlight it and click it off and hit the back button on your remote. Oh, I went too far. So we're going to hit the 3-line button again on our remote. Go back down to settings. Click settings and go to TV guide. Click TV guide. It says past days to keep TV guide 7. Highlight and click that and change it from 7 to 3. Update on app start is turned off. Turn it on. Update on playlist change is off. Turn that on as well. And then hit the back button on your remote twice. So you're back to black screen. Small black screen and TV guide grid. Then hit the 3-line button on your remote again. And we're going to go into the 4th one there that says TV Mate. And when you highlight it, it's going to bring up a sub-menu. And if you click to the left on the sub-menu, you can highlight those categories, go down to group options and click on group options. Just give it a minute here. And then you're going to click on manage groups. And then you're going to click on group sorting. And it is on default. You're going to change it to manual. And underneath group sorting now it says reorder groups. This is going to allow us to customize our groups. Okay, so the first one is UHD. If I scroll up or down, I can take UHD with me. I can drop it anywhere. Let's just drop it here. Just by hitting the enter button on your remote, that'll drop it. Okay? And then we can go highlight another one, local channels. That's all the American affiliate channels. I'll leave that at the top. News I'll leave at the top. Movie channels I'll leave at the top. Entertainment I'll leave at the top. And I'm going to go through these. Sports, that's all your ESPN channels and all that. I'll bring that to the top. World Sports Channels, that has a lot of UFC events. I'm going to bring this up as well. Horse racing, I'm going to bring that up. Sky Sports, that has your golf tournaments. I'm going to bring that here as well. MLB extra innings. Put that with sports. NBA League Pass, you just highlight it, put that white border around it, bring it up, and put it where you want, and hit the enter button to release it. Let's go get all those sports. NFL Sunday Ticket, and of course NHL Center Ice. Okay, I'm not going to go through them all, but you can do that. And then once you're done, just hit the back button on the remote. Here you can also shut off any groups that you don't want to see. I shut them right off. They won't appear in your menu. You can shut off or turn them back on anytime you want. Shut off any group that you're not going to watch. Okay, and then when you're done, actually we should go get Canada. Let me just reorder groups. Oh, put this back. Let's go get Canada. Move that near the top as well. Okay, then hit the back button. Hit the back button again. Channel sorting, we can click on that. And also change that from default to manual. Then hit the back button. And here we got our groups in the order that I put them in. Okay, just by hitting the left side of the remote. If I go into sports, TV Guide isn't working now, but that will change. That will start working. And I can just play anything I want.
Smooth and slow. There you go. Nice. Eat your heart out, Raymond Beadle. I wish you were here.
And that is your mellow yellow. Walk a quarter mile.
To make it large screen, just hit the enter button again. If you hit the back button, it goes small screen. We can also, when we're on large screen, hit the left side of the remote to bring up all the channels within that group. And if I choose another group, let's choose another group. Let's go into news. No, I'll go into movies.
Courtney looks like she's in a hurry heading toward the top end to greet her Top Fuel Championship winning sister. 384, 331 miles an hour. What a week.
And then I click it. If I hit the right side of my remote, that's going to take me back to the previous channel. If I just keep clicking the right side, it's a previous channel feature, and I can go back and forth between two channels. I can set it up for any two channels. Yeah, I'll pick this one. If I hit the right side of the remote, I'll go back to the other one. Hit the right side of the remote, go back to the previous one. I can also click the center of my remote. It's going to show all the previous channels that I've been to, so I can easily navigate to any one of them. Okay? Another thing I like, let's say I go into sports, and I like any channel, doesn't matter. Let's go into, here, let's just change this. NFL Sunday Ticket, NFL Red Zone. If I hold down the center of the remote, just hold it down, that menu on the right is going to come up, and I can mark this in my features, or in my favorites. I highlight that star and click on it, it gets moved into my favorites. And then when I go into the menu here, favorites, you'll see the NFL Red Zone. So you can put as many favorites as you want on here. It saves you the time of navigating through the entire system, looking for your channels. Here's Canada. Oh, let's click on Canada. Let's go to CP24. Hold down the center of the remote. Add it to my favorites. And then when I go into my favorites, I can see all the channels that I've bookmarked.
Weekend?
Marie Curtis Park and Humber Bay West Park are the other two.
Okay, so
Police will also be at the beach.
that's how this works. It's very easy to navigate. It's a great app. And here, let me just go back to our homepage here. I've got it on Recents, but I don't have it on Your Apps and Games. In order to move it to Your Apps and Games, go to the left here where it says See All. If See All isn't on the left, it'll be on the very right. See All. Click on See All. Go to the very bottom. There's the XTV Mate. Highlight it. Just highlight it. Don't launch it. Hit the 3-line button on the remote and move to front. And then when you go back home, you'll see it on Your Apps and Games. Always there at your fingertips. Okay, so hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.